I don't know what that is. What does that mean?
Welcome to SSK Yarners. My name is Karen. I'm coming to you from North Carolina.
And I'm Sharon, and I'm coming from Northeast Georgia today.
That's
Yay!
right. Very, very hot in both places, right?
Yes, definitely very hot here today. Walked out to the mailbox about an hour ago and thought, yeah, I think it's 100 degrees already. At least it
100,
feels
it
that
is.
way.
It's 90 degrees.
Yeah, it is very warm.
Yeah, it's hot. And today is just one of those days where nothing's going to go right, right?
Nope, not today.
Nothing's going right. Nothing's going right, I tell you, but it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. I have a little bit of boo-boo, a little boo-boo.
Yeah, that doesn't look very
I'm like,
nice.
ow, no clapping, no clapping. Yeah, that really hurt. I mean, that really did hurt. It's a blood blister. God, I haven't had one of those in a really long time.
I don't really like them.
Yeah, and I almost had one here too. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was doing it again, but I was not using this finger, and I almost did it on that finger, and yeah. So it's just one of those days. One of those days.
Not good, Karen. Not good.
It's one of those days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired. My dog didn't sleep a wink last night. He's just so if you hear me yelling every once in a while, it's to wake up my dog. Don't you sleep today. I'm going to keep him up all day. I really am. I'm going to keep him up all day so he sleeps at night.
That'll work. Yeah. That'll work. And if it doesn't, at least you'll feel better about waking him up.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. So not a lot going on here. How about with you? Anything going on? Anything new?
No, nothing's new. I mean, everything's good. Let's put it that way.
Good. Okay. That's same
here. The
The
most important. Everything's good. Staying healthy and just plugging along day to day.
That's it. That's all we can ask for, right? Yeah. I'm going to try not to clean my teeth because I just had a little piece of chocolate, and Sharon said, isn't it too early for chocolate? I don't think there's such a thing. So let's see what time is it? It's 11:30 in the morning. Because I don't even think it's noon and you're eating chocolate. I don't think that's so bad. But again, it's a bad day. So.
I don't consider chocolate a breakfast food, but it maybe should be, because at least then you could start the day and it could start off good.
That's right. Yeah, dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. It's got almonds in it, and yeah, anytime. Maybe I won't eat it at 7 in the morning, but 11:30 is okay.
Yeah. Well, at least you had breakfast, so that's a good thing.
I did. I had breakfast, and I always eat lunch early, so that was supposed to be part of my lunch.
There you go.
Yeah. So knitting, you want to talk a little bit about knitting? So I I'm completely finished. I think you saw this last week, right? I had completely finished it and just did all of the seams and stuff. It's called The Homebody by Heidi Kiermaier. So I like it.
I like it too.
I did short sleeves. Next time I am going to make it again. I'm going to go a size smaller. Because it's too big. I know it's meant to be really big. I forget what the ease is, but look at the light. It's just one of those days. It really is. Anyway, so there it is. It's meant to fit loose. I can't remember how much positive ease, but I think it's like 6 inches or so. So yeah. So next time I'll just go a size down. That's all. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love the short sleeve.
Yeah. I do too.
I'm tempted to do short sleeves. Now, I just saw this one that a woman finished. And she used all her scraps of yarn.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that a great idea?
Yeah, it is.
It is. So I didn't read the details on hers, but I really like that.
And your yarn was remix, did you say? Barocco?
Yes, Barocco remix. Yep, absolutely love it. And I have more.
What's the fiber content of that?
I believe it's mostly cotton, recycled cotton. But I think there's some silk in it. Remix Barocco. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty color. I like the color too.
Really? Yeah, I didn't think you liked blue.
Yes, I like blue. Blue is one of my favorites.
But
Can't help.
I've been on a blue kick lately.
Yeah, that's the second one you made recently that's got blue and has blue in it.
Oh wow, there's 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10%, wow, 10% silk and 9% linen.
Oh, wow. That really is a mix.
Yeah, there's five different things in there. Hmm. Yeah, and they're all recycled fibers.
I think that's great.
I'm doing it again. I'm gonna try my best to keep my chin down so you don't see the light. But I do. I highly recommend it. Super easy pattern. Again, the back, she does some, I guess they're technically short rows, but you're really just going back and forth. But yeah, so the back is long enough. Yeah, this has been washed. I didn't block it. I just washed it and laid it flat to dry. Yeah, love it. Yep, highly recommend it.
It looks good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna make another one for sure.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
Super fast knit. It took me a week, little over a week.
So is that a worsted weight yarn?
I think it is. Yes, it's worsted. Yep, worsted weight yarn. And I don't have my notes with me, but I used it according to because I didn't gauge, right? Because I knew I've used this yarn so many times that I didn't gauge, and I am on gauge. So and I used the needle that she recommended, and it's very inexpensive. It's very affordable yarn. $12 a skein.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, and I like having the short sleeve shirts because for us, you can wear them for a long period of time.
Yes.
Into the fall, and it's almost all winter depending on the day.
Yeah, and when it gets cold, I could always put a long sleeve shirt under it. I probably wouldn't, but I could if I wanted to, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So that's great.
Yeah.
I don't have any finished objects for knitting. I guess I didn't do a lot of knitting this week.
Yeah, but look behind you.
I did do knitting, but I just didn't finish anything. But I didn't do as much knitting as normal, which that's fine. I was working on other things. So
yeah, like that gorgeous quilt behind you. Another beautiful one.
Well, the quilt top was already done. I mean, this was already pieced, right? So the pattern was really, I wish I should have looked it up. It's a double pinwheel pattern, and it was an easy make, and it made actually 2 quilt tops.
Oh wow.
So every block has a opposite block. Like this would have an opposite block and that would have an opposite, like where the darker colors are in the inside, they would be on the outside on the other quilt. And that quilt happened to go to my son, Chris, when he got married.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So they got the opposite quilt, but they had it professionally quilted. I'm doing this quilt and I'm just stitching in the ditch. So that's fine. I just want to finish up some of my quilt tops.
You need to. There's no point in having them sit in the closet.
Yeah, that's been sitting in the closet. I can't even tell you how many years. Depends how many years he's been married.
Yeah.
A mother should know these things, right? But
that's too long though. That's too long. Even if it's 3 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. It's too long.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So anyway, that was what I worked on. I worked on my little quilt that was hanging last week or last time.
Yeah.
And I finished that too. I mean,
it's that's finished. Nice.
This one is finished
that's
too.
So beautiful. Yeah, I like the whites. I like you're using a lot of white. Beautiful.
Yeah. This one that one has a lot of, and then I finished the back with this, which is just a flannel.
Again, I keep forgetting. Okay, there you go. I got you front and center now.
There. And that. And it's just a flannel on the back, flannel that I had in my stash. So everything in this, this
So
whole,
beautiful. The backing is just a whole nother beautiful blanket. It's really pretty.
yeah, it is. And it's fine, and I did put cotton batting in between, and everything in there was made with fabrics I already had.
That's
So
great.
good.
That's even better. It's amazing when she says, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's no big deal." Sure.
It's, and this of course this quilt top has been made, but I did venture into Joann's, and I was going to use a different flannel because I have flannel, and it was a dark background, but there's a lot of it. So I thought, well, I might have a bigger quilt, so I'll save that flannel for a bigger quilt. And I bought 2 yards of a 108-inch wide flannel for the back of this. And when it's
Oh,
done, I'll show you it. But
yeah,
yeah, so that hopefully by next time it'll be done. And then
absolutely gorgeous.
I can cross that off my list and choose another quilt, because there's quite a few tops upstairs that need to be done.
And it's amazing how many colors are in that, and they all just go so well together.
Yeah.
Really pretty. So
Yes, I really like a lot of these colors, like, that one and that one.
I
All
think
my favorite colors.
you're only pointing to the blue ones. You believe my favorite color is actually yellow and orange. Those are my 2 favorite colors, yellow and
Yeah.
orange. Yeah.
And there is some yellow, some golden yellows. I mean, you need yellows. You need to have all the different colors,
I
but
agree.
and
I
there's all different colors, because there's, pinks and burgundies and floral prints, a lot of florals, and tone on tone. So
My neighbor used to say, Karen, you have so many different color flowers. Why don't you do themes? No. Nature doesn't have themes. Nature has all color, right? Yeah. Yeah. I like all colors.
so
And speaking of finished objects, look what's behind me. Oh my God, how gorgeous is that? So you finished that and mailed it to me. There really is nothing more special than a handmade item from one of your best friends, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no place like Nome, I
No
mean,
place like no. Now you said you were making me something special. Oh my God, you got the too funny,
there's
right?
no place like Nome.
No place like gnome. I know. And
I
how
love
much
this.
fun. It's so much fun to exchange.
I love this flower.
Is
Just
that
love it.
sunflower great or what?
You could make these and put them on a pin back. They'd be so cute to wear in the fall with the shawl or something, or you know what I mean? It's really
It would be
cute. I
cute.
love it.
Yeah, that was all your idea. Your idea. I just put it into action, but absolutely loved it. This was so much fun to get. And I remember opening it. Now it was on my lap, right? It was sitting on my lap. And I'm like, oh my God, she made me a quilt. What is she crazy? And so much work. And look at all the colors. And I was saying some of these are yarns that we did are collaborations with Sock Blanks and Bags. So that to me, I immediately recognized several of them, which I just thought was really special. And I was saying these little round things, my goodness, the little stitching, like and I just thought it was a quilt. I didn't see the gnomes. I just saw the fabrics because I didn't go like this, right? I was looking at it like this. And Dave comes home and he goes, oh my God, how cute is that gnome quilt? And I'm like, gnome quilt? Wait a minute. Am I missing something here? Because you called it a gnome quilt too. I thought it was because it was small. I didn't realize it had. So then Dave goes, you don't see the noses? I'm like, noses? And I pulled it back and I'm like, oh my God, there's nose. It was just one of those, duh.
It's fine. It's
Hello.
There's a lot of color in that quilt too. A lot of different colors.
It's so beautiful. Look at the little flower and the little heart. I mean, it really is perfect. It is. And when we started Zooming, Sharon goes, Karen, you have it upside down. I was like, oops. Yeah, because you know what? I don't take the time to back up and look. That's how a lot of times I miss mistakes in my knitting. I don't take the time to just stop and look. But I absolutely love it. That's going on my wall. You had put a little thing in it, a little holder so I could hang it up on my wall.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it.
You know, but I agree with you with stepping back and looking at your knitting, because I don't do that often either. All of a sudden, you get a couple rows back, and if you're not keeping track of count or you're not looking, it's like, oh, what happened to that stitch? Or wait, something's not right here. I didn't cross it right or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot to being said about, just looking at it every once in a while and seeing if it's right.
Well, and appreciating it too. Again, I missed it because was so excited to open it. And I was just looking at all the fabrics and the actual sewing and stuff, just appreciating everything about it. I just didn't realize there was a specific pattern. You know what I mean? So, and then Dave, boom, he picked it up right away. And yeah, I was just like, oh, Sharon, I just realized what this is. So it was special, and then it even got more special because I'm addicted to gnomes now,
I know, because they're so cute.
They're so cute. You have to love a gnome. You just do.
Yeah.
Adorable. Yeah. Yeah, so that was an exciting package to get. That was a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And my package was really a lot of fun to open too, because it just came with supplies to make gnomes, needles to make gnomes, fleece to make gnomes, pads to make gnomes. And I'm like, one of these days I got to make a gnome.
Well, it's funny. You could literally just sit there you could make a gnome, and I sent you a core, right? So you could literally make a gnome in 10 minutes.
Yes, but first I have to watch a video on how to make a gnome.
Sarafina. Watch Sarafina. You have to look up on YouTube. Sarafina, Sarafina. I'll put it in the drop-down menu. Sarafina Gnomes. So if you look that up, it'll pop right up. And it's a great, that's how I learned, right? Now, I don't know if I showed this one.
I like that one too.
Santa. How cute is he, right? So just a different, unusual Santa. So yeah, you can make one in 10 minutes. Just adorable. Yeah. Too cute.
So much time so many things to make that I want to make in so little time.
So little time, I know. So many crafts, right? So many crafts.
So many crafts and things that I haven't conquered yet. Some things I've tried and I don't care if I conquer them.
Yeah. Well, again, like the spinning, what is that called? A handheld spindle?
Oh yeah, the drop spindle.
I'm gonna try it again. I mean, it was like knitting. Knitting took me a long time I tried it, put it down, Finally, it just kind of clicked. Same with sock knitting. I tried it for 10 years and just couldn't pick it up. And finally, everything clicked. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen with that. I don't know. We'll see.
I do know that there are people who use a drop spindle, but it's a little fussy, I guess. I don't know. Maybe if someone could teach you, take a class, might be helpful. Some things you can learn really easily by, watching videos or reading, books, right? But some things you need more instruction on, I think more help. That's what I think. But
I agree. I completely agree. Like the little felting gnomes picked it up, boom, just automatically got it. But that spindle, just having a tough time. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, I still have to, conquer the spinning wheel. It's sitting now in the living room because it's out of my sewing room because I kept moving it from place to place.
Oh no.
I finally put it in the living room. But, hey, the good thing is we're not losing our blueprint classes.
Yes, that's great.
I have classes that I purchased. So, when I get a few more of these quilts done and some other things I need to finish up, then I'll be looking to learn that new skill. Hopefully.
Dedicating time. Yeah, we got the notification, I guess, almost 2 weeks ago that Blueprint, previously known as Craftsy, is going back to being Craftsy, and you'll still have access to all your classes, and hopefully they're going to continue to offer some more. So that was really good news.
Yeah, I hope they do offer more. I hope that, they do, because I think it's a great way to learn.
Mhm.
Plus, the instructors are usually available to you. And I did get an email, I think it was, well, night before last, probably. So I was looking at it last night, that they're not guaranteeing that you get your patterns will come with you. So if so there were some free patterns that I had, saved in my Craftsy. So you could download them. A lot of them were available to download. So I did download them. I don't know that I'll, like everything else, sometimes you think, oh, I want to make this, I want to make this, I want to do this and do this. And you
I,
just can't get to it
I
all.
need to do that. I didn't download any of the patterns of the classes that I have, so I better go do that.
Yeah, and I think that they said you had till, I think it was August 22nd. So that
Okay, good.
you got a bit of time.
Yeah.
But
Take
yeah,
note.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So anyways, you do have a bit of time to do that. And I think I originally downloaded information on the classes that I actually paid for. So I should go and check those class materials, just in case, because part of the learning is class materials
Yeah,
too.
I agree. Now this one, the gnome quilt, is that a pattern? Do you have a pattern?
There is a pattern for that. Actually, it was on Craftsy,
Oh,
or
it
Blueprint. It
was.
was one of those that I had
Okay.
saved from that class, from them, and I actually did print it out. So it's very easy to do,
Oh,
to
wow.
make that.
Okay.
It was very easy to put together the block. I enjoyed doing that.
And is this, did you have to pay for that or was it a free one?
I think it was free.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it was a
Okay.
free block that I don't know who the designer was.
Okay.
My paper's up there, but I don't know who the designer was. I don't know her
I'll look it up.
name.
I'll look it up and link it in the bottom if anybody's interested in
Yeah, I can give it to you later.
really cute. It's funny because they all have different personalities, right? So yeah, I always lean to this one with the flower.
I like the flower.
I like the flower. I don't know. It reminds me of my grandfather. You know what I mean? Like there's grandpa. Yeah. Uncle Jerry. You know what I mean? Aunt Lydia. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So as far as that goes, the only other thing that I don't have any other finished objects. That's it.
Yes, you're working on something new as far
I
as
am
quilting.
I am working on a new quilt, and it is part of a quilt along, or mystery quilt along is what it is, and it's Jelly Snowflake Mystery Quilt Sew Along by the Fat Quarter shop. And the Fat Quarter shop has beautiful fabrics, of course, and cross stitching, needs and things of that nature. So I decided I would do that little quilt along. So every week for Christmas in July, they're releasing a quilt block. And then at the end, they'll show you how to put them together. So I thought, well, I have plenty of fabric, plenty of Christmas fabric. I think I'll give it a try. So I started the blocks. Now today, the new block came out. Now, of course, I don't have that one done, but this was week 1. So, there's many ways you could do it color-wise. I mean, I did all this in red. Some of other people did it in all red, but you could choose any color, And actually, because they call it a Christmas quilt, doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a Christmas quilt. It could be, whatever your favorite color. This was week 2, which is really pretty, a star. This was the easiest part, sewing this part on. I like that. This was a little fussy, doing these little squares on a rectangle, but it turned out nice. I really like it. And I had to make 8 of these. Only 4 of this easy one, 8 of these. And then only 4 of this block too, which this was week 3. So today they released a new one, and I'll start working on that, and we'll see.
Oh my God. Okay, so when you were telling me about this earlier, I thought you only had 1 block of each.
No.
And obviously I'm not a quilter because my comment was, wow, that's gonna be a very small quilt, maybe like this one, And you're like, no, it's like 70. But I'm like, wait, what? She goes, by the time you put the border on, like, wait, what? Well, that's why you made 8 of.
Eight of
The stars, those are
eight of the
beautiful.
stars, and four of the other two blocks.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
house one is my favorite. I like the one with the little house.
Yeah. I purposely chose that fabric so that you would have little houses in there and the snowflakes. And the snowflakes draw the other colors in. And I wanted to draw some blue in to the quilt.
And
Just,
again, and a lot more white, huh? I would not have guessed that with you.
I think, well, I think because it's the background of the quilt and it's what shows the other parts off. Like if you did a dark background, you'd have to do white, you'd have to do white stars or light stars if you did a dark background, right? Not that you could do it that way, but I think it shows off, shows off the whole pattern, right?
Those stars, yes, with the white background, they really pop.
Yeah, I really like them. So
I like them too.
it's going to be fun. It's
Beautiful.
going to be fun. I
Absolutely.
look forward to
And you
it.
said there's one more week?
Today is week 4, and then I think the last one will be how to put it all together. Like there's a diagram on the blocks and where they're going, but I think there's, someone will come in because they have videos. They have videos that go along with the block, the week, that week's block, and it actually shows you how to put them together.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
see
really
that.
fun.
One of their, actually one, I think it's so if you look up Jelly Snowflake, Christmas in July Mystery Quilt Along, or Mystery Quilt Sew Along, one of them I see is 2 hours long.
Oh, well,
The YouTube video. So I think you could look up fatquartershop.com. You'll find it. If you go to YouTube and search the Jelly Snowflake Mystery Quilt Along, you'll find it. Yeah, so that's really cool. I didn't know. That's really, yeah.
well, I don't know how I happened to come across that. I do look at the Fat Quarter Shop. I do, have ordered some fabric. I do like some of their cross stitch. Years ago I did cross stitch, and the cross stitch always seemed to be you would buy a book or you would buy like a kit.
Yep.
But a lot of the cross stitch patterns today seem to come with just like the sheet, the pattern, and then you put and there's a lot of different threads. Like I never even knew there were so many different threads. So if I could, I would like to do some cross stitching too, but I just haven't.
I haven't cross stitched. I used to cross stitch all the time when I was young.
Yeah.
In my late teens and into my 20s, I did a lot of cross stitch, and I literally haven't done it since then. And I lied. The video is not 2 hours long. The video was
20 minutes.
posted 2 hours ago. It's just going to be one of those days,
Well, that must be for this week's block.
Yeah, it's only 12 minutes and 14 seconds. So it was posted 2 hours ago. So don't fret. If anybody went 2 hours, that's a really complicated square. No, they're really only 12 minutes, 19 minutes, 16 minutes. Yeah, not 2 hours.
Yeah. I think, week 1 and then last week, which was week 3, were 2 blocks that were they're similar, but they were very easy to do because it's just strips with, square patches. And the star one, of course, took longer. Well, of course, because you're making double too, but I mean, it's a little bit more time consuming to make the star block, but I love it. So far, so good. I can't wait.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Absolutely looks, and you're really on a roll with your quilts. I mean, it's that's so good.
Well, it's just trying to finish up some stuff. It really is a matter of just trying to finish up and use what I have, trying not to buy, even though I did buy some backing for this quilt. I didn't have to. And, I have the cotton batting downstairs. I think I have 2 more quilt bats to use downstairs. They don't all need to have quilt backs and, batting in, but, if I have it, I'm going to use it. So
It's all foreign language to me.
yeah, well, it's okay.
I assume is what goes on the back of the quilt. Is that
The batting
between?
goes between.
Between, okay.
Between it.
Okay.
But, and it's the cotton is stiffer, it's
Oh,
nice. It's
stiffer than
just,
the flannel.
yeah,
Okay.
just like if I just did flannel in the cotton, you'd have a real soft, malleable fabric.
Oh,
Quilt,
okay.
the quilting, like the cotton in between is stiffer even than a polyester, because they do have polyester quilt batting, and it's soft and fluffy, more fluffy and soft, more malleable, I would say, than the cotton. But that's okay. That's what I have. I'm using it.
Use what you have, right? That's like me, my yarn. I have to use my yarn stash, which, incredibly enough, I was doing a little organizing of my yarn this morning, for only one reason. I was going to film in front of my yarn stash, but it didn't work out. But at least I got it organized. And I've made quite a bit of progress using some of my stash already last year too. Last year and this year, I've really been working on my stash. So yes, I was really happy about that. But yeah.
And well, if you keep sending me boxes full of yarn, you will.
Well, actually, some of that was a yarn that I had purchased with, because I didn't have a lot of roving. I don't think I had any Well, I had one rainbow package of roving because I was going to spin it right on the drop spindle. And that's all I had. Everything else I bought, and it's very inexpensive. Yeah, and it goes a long way. I sent you a bunch of this.
Yeah, it's really cute.
You probably have enough for 6 or 7 gnomes.
I know. I got to get gnoming.
Poor Sharon.
You know what?
She didn't say she wanted to make gnomes. She just said she likes gnomes, and she knits
I love
gnomes.
them.
But I'm like, well, I just put a little tiny kit together. It wasn't that much. It was just a little kit with a little.
It's a lot.
No, it wasn't that much. It really wasn't that much. Again, maybe enough to make 6 or 7 gnomes.
That's a lot.
Oh, but how cute! They'll be so cute on packages at the holidays.
Well, I guess I need a Bitsy to keep me up all night so that I can just keep working on my projects.
I'll tell you what, the poor thing, poor Bitsy. Bitsy's 16 years old. What's today? What's today's date? Is it
23rd? Is it the 23rd?
Oh, his birthday's tomorrow. It's his birthday's tomorrow. So he'll be 16 years old tomorrow. And he's suffering from Cushing's disease.
Yeah.
So he was diagnosed a couple years ago, and really not a whole lot of symptoms, his lab work, that's how they found it. His lab work continues to be bad, but until recently, he's really progressing fast. So sleeping is really not in his wheelhouse right now. So we will get through it, Yeah.
One day at a time. That's all. Yeah.
And no sleeping, Bitsy. Wake up. Wake up. So what am I working on? Let me show you what I'm working on.
Oh, yeah. You're working on that?
I have it housed in my brand new bag. How cute is this? So Sharon, along with that, sent me this. So it's so nice to have crafting friends, right? Oh, yeah. I'm in love with this bag. I absolutely love it. And there's something special about the flamingos on this pattern.
What?
They're not like super hot pink.
No, they're not.
They're very, they're there, but they're not in your face. And of course the gingham, I mean, come on. Yeah, it's crazy. So I have not started this project, but I have, and I lost my Ravelry page. So let me pull that back up. I downloaded, there's a brand new pattern, and if I could remember the name of it, it's called Spark. I put in Spike. It's just one of those days. It really is. One of those days by Andrea Mowry. Here's the pattern. Now, if you don't get her newsletter and you like her patterns, you got to sign up for her newsletter, because I think, was she offering 20% off?
Yes.
20% off. And I have been wanting a beautiful cardigan that I want it to be color work, and I also want to steek. So I took that steeking class 2 years ago, and I never made anything. And this is all of that: color work, steeking, and it's a cardigan. So I'm in love with it. And let's see, they use Magpie yarns and Spin Cycle. I've never used either one of them. They're beautiful yarns. I've seen them.
Sure.
I've seen Spin Cycle. Absolutely gorgeous yarns. They're just not in my price range right now. And on the, I downloaded the pattern. I didn't print it out yet. She does have a link where she recommends some alternate yarns. However, she didn't check gauge or anything, so she can't assure you that they'll work. So I'm gauging. I bought some yarn that I'm actually going to sell, that I'm gauging with. So I bought some plain yarn, and I'm going to put this in my shop too for anybody who's looking for, you know, a more affordable alternative. This is going to work out well. So here's my swatch. So I'm doing it in the round because that's what she recommends, and you're supposed to wash and block it, which I did. I got gauge with the recommended needle the first time, washed it, and it grew by 1/2 inch.
Oh, wow.
So it was 4.5 inches on a 4.5 needle. So I was like, yeah, I sure am glad I blocked it and washed it and blocked it, right?
Yes.
So I had to go down to a 3.75, wash, blocked, and gauge is perfect. So, but look at the difference.
Wow.
So this is the
That is-
smaller needle, and this is the larger needle.
There's a lot of difference.
Huge difference. Yeah. Now I like the fabric of both. I didn't mind the looser fabric. I do like the tighter fabric a little better. But yeah. So if you're interested and you're planning on doing it, make sure you swatch and wash and block, because boy, that was a big difference. So this is a natural undyed yarn, and this is what I'm going to use. I'm not going to dye this.
Yeah.
I am dyeing some other yarn to see if I can mimic, you know, the Spin Cycle a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. I did swatch it. It definitely works. So we'll see. But now I was reading, and a lot of testers recommended, because she says swatch in the main yarn and not use the contrasting yarn. So I did that, but a lot of people said make sure you swatch in pattern with the 2 different yarns, because a lot of people, their gauge will change according to color work. So I'm not sure. So I may go ahead and do that, because this is going to be a lot of work. I think it's worsted weight though. So
Yeah. But it still is a lot of work, Karen, and there
Yeah.
would be nothing more disappointing than to, you know, say, oh, yeah, I went and swatched, you know, but now my color work is drawing it in, because I think for most people, color work has a tendency to draw in, but hers are slip stitches. Is it a slip stitch pattern?
No, I didn't actually. I haven't read it yet. I just
Okay.
wanted to swatch it. You know, I don't know. That's a good question, because slipping is much different than.
It is, but it still can draw in. I mean, I think it's a good idea. It would be a good idea to swatch a piece of color work too.
And what's interesting is you do the sleeves first.
Oh, yeah, let's get off of Sleeve Island. Yay! You know, if you get that done right away, then all you have to do is do the sweater. I mean, you know, you're halfway done if you get the sleeves done, right?
Yeah, I again, I don't know. Yeah, because half the work's going to be the sleeves, right?
Yes, especially long sleeves. It's like knitting. It's like knitting a you know, 2 fronts and a back almost. Really, when you think about it, there's a lot of fabric in sleeves.
I do not believe this is. I think this is color work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is just standard,
Color work then?
straightforward color work, at least according to the charts.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely would. I would definitely do that.
Yeah,
I
so
would definitely.
Sharon, again, the same thing with the gnomes. Be glad you're not my friend, because not only did I send her a bunch of stuff to make gnomes, I sent her yarn to make this sweater.
Sweater.
She goes, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna make the cardigan." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you're gonna make the cardigan."
But like you, I have to well, I have to dye the one yarn anyways, you know. So I am trying to come up in my mind how I'm going to work that.
I,
I'm not
yeah,
I'm not I'm not worried about, I'm not worried about having exact like what spin cycle. I just think the
no, yeah.
variation in color going through the sweater is going to be pretty. Doesn't matter.
Yes, exactly. Well, I can't mimic a spin cycle. I mean, I don't spin, right? And again, spin cycle yarn is extremely special, and it
It
is
is.
beautiful. But yeah, I want to do some kind of a gradient type color change. Yeah, just again to give it a little bit, some interesting color with rather than just two solid colors. But yeah, so I also did buy the other one. It has I guess, a brother pattern called Spice Cardigan, um, and I'm going to do that one as well. I guess she considers it a pattern for men, but I would totally wear that sweater.
Yeah.
It has uh, great pockets, right? Really great pockets. I love the colors too. And it
Yeah.
seems to fit well. I was looking at the test knitters, and again, it looks like a really well fitting sweater. So I'm excited for the two of them. But yeah, you have to decide what colors, because if you want me to dye your main yarn, I can do that.
Yeah, I have to decide. I know, I just have to decide. I've had too much going on.
I know you have a lot going on. And of course, I just told her she has to make the sweater. I mean, and
Which
no,
I'm fine. I mean, I think I really think it's a very pretty. Well, of course, I love the gray with the blues because that's my color. And I do like a good sweater with a pocket. I think that's great. But I love the color work in the wrap sweater. And the truth be known, probably most times I'd wear a cardigan anyways. I probably wouldn't button it up, you
yes,
know.
I wouldn't either. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know,
But I have a
decision.
lot of cardigans that I put buttons on. I just don't button it up. Now, when I make
Right.
the white one, I'm oversizing it. I want to be able to just wrap it. I'm probably not going to do a belt. I'm not going to do the belt loops. Yeah, I'm just going to make a cardigan. And yeah, the one with the pockets, I just love that one. I don't know. I like them both. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I've gauged now. Now all I have to do is dye the yarn. So
There you go.
yeah. So if anybody is interested, I'll have the yarn listed. Yeah, it's going to be affordable. So not that Magpie Yarns, it's beautiful yarn. Just it was way out of my budget, way out.
Yeah.
So
And especially when you're trying to, not spend a lot of money on yarn, you use what you have. Of course, that pattern is so different in that you wouldn't necessarily have fabric or yarn to use, to do that color work. Because how many people have worsted weight color, changing type yarn? Speckled, you might have a skein or two, but you usually you don't see a lot of it that way.
yeah, and undyed yarn. I really like the fact that she's using it undyed, because that gives me an opportunity to really make it affordable, because I don't have to dye it, right? I'm just going to, I wanted to make sure I had to gauge it, make sure it's going to work for the pattern, and then, yeah, give that cost savings on to everybody. I'm excited about it. I really am.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll have that started by the time we podcast next.
I'm sure you will. You'll probably have it half finished because, that's.
I don't know about that. Again, I've never steeked before. I've never,
No.
My color work is very limited. I've done color work, but I've never done color work on a sweater. I've done it on hats and socks, but not, I don't even think I've done a shawl in color work. So yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And yes, that's one thing it's a technique that I've always wanted to try is steeking. So that'll be fun to do the steeking, I think, to
I
learn
think
because I've
so
never
too.
done that. And a lot of people have videos even on that too.
Well, and I took that class, so let's hope that I
Yeah,
remember.
I didn't take that class.
Let's hope I remember. I'm hoping I remember. I have all my notes still, right? And I have my little steeking little sample. And I just remember it not being as hard as I thought it was going to be. Because this is 100%, she uses 100% Peruvian wool, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm using 100% Peruvian wool, worst weight. So it should steek really quite nicely. So yeah, it's very sticky yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So that's what else are you working on anything else or?
that's it. I'm still working on my slope. I haven't given up on my slope. I'm going to probably finish that in the next couple of weeks. And then I really am going to focus on this. I really want to just kickstart this and get it, get it work. Because, gosh, I'm going to give myself maybe hopefully 2 months. And that'll be perfect because that'll take us into September. So, yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to wear it this winter. And I could even wear it as a coat here,
Yes.
the wool. So, because it does get cold here. I mean, it'll get 20 degrees here. So
Lucky you.
I don't know about that, but yeah. How about
Hey,
you? Anything else? Or you have any?
I don't have much else. I'm still working on my socks. I made a little bit of progress. Well, this is, where I left off last time we, about here. So I'm about to maybe do one more pattern repeat and then do the cuff, which will be the same burgundy, I guess, color. I guess I'd call it burgundy. It's a Drops Fable color. And they don't have color. It's just color number 113. So that's what I'll be doing. So hopefully next time that will be finished. And I am working on my Afghan that I said I had the 7 skeins of. You can't see me.
Oh my God.
It's really big. And I don't remember if I showed this.
It's funny.
It's definitely,
Why
I
do you
stretch
want
out.
to make it wider? You're talking about making it wider.
If I stretch out my arms, it's, as wide as that.
That's
And it's
wow. That's really, what is that? That could be 5, 6 feet. Wow.
well, it's usually they say when you stretch your arms out, it's as tall as you are. So it would be like
5'6".
5.5 feet.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
But it is pretty. And like I said, I think to me, it's sort of like a ripple. This is an end I have to trim, but this is sort of a ripple pattern. You can see the points are here. It's subtle, but it's there. But it's a very open, it's not a tight, it's all double crochet. So, and that's the only thing, that's what I worked on. And I did try to put a border on the side, but like I told you, it drew in. So I still do want to make it a little bit wider to make it more square, I think. And so I'm going to try again. I pulled that all out and rewound, up that ball, that skein. It was a whole skein.
Yeah, I see. You showed me that, an entire skein. Yeah, that's a very wide blanket.
And so instead of trying to mimic the pattern on the sides, I think I'll just do straight double crochet. And then I'll go around the whole thing and finish it up,
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if you stay in pattern at the top and bottom, and then just do either a half double crochet or a double crochet on either side, and of course bake up for it on the corners, right?
Yes.
Half double crochet or double crochet, and then that might look really nice.
Yeah, and it doesn't. There's multiple ways. Of course, I could take it out and start all over, but who wants to do that when you're that far along?
Yeah, don't.
And
do
of course,
that.
I could just do like another panel using the two and then sort of lace them together. But you always have an edge that's going to be a little bit tighter. And I still will do that even when I put the border on. But it is what it is.
I could see 4 corners with a tassel, big old tassels. That'd be pretty.
Okay, you know, so, and if I want to call it a day, I can just call it a day,
Yeah, I
and
was just
just,
saying, why do you even want a border? I would just call it a day.
I might just do that and just make a pillow or two because I have 2 more skeins
Oh,
left. That's the
oh, that would
problem.
be great. Two
It was supposed to
pillows.
use them all. Yeah, I could do that.
Oh,
So,
wow. Yeah, that's a great idea.
it's just, it is homespun. I think it's homespun,
Lion
Lion
brand.
brand.
Hmm.
And I like the yarn. It's very soft. It hasn't even been washed and it's very soft. So, but
Yeah, and
that's
it's a
it.
lion.
That's
That's
it
also
for
a
me.
lion. No, that's not a lion brand pattern. It's on our last video. If you go to the last
It is
video,
it was a Lion brand. I think it was a Lion brand
because
pattern.
when I looked it up, it wasn't a lion brand pattern.
Oh, it
Even though
wasn't?
it's free, yeah. So go back because there's a link to it in the last video. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Peephole something. I don't remember now.
Yeah, I
Did I
don't
write it
think when I looked it up, I don't think it was a. Let's see. I don't think,
It's homespun peephole Afghan. So that's what it is. But yeah, that's the only reason for wanting to make it wider is to use those 2 skeins. I don't want to have a skein of
is this
homespun. I
no?
think so. No, I have written down homespun peephole Afghan. Yeah. Who's it by?
Mindy Acosta.
I don't know if that's the one I'm using.
Oh, this is Karen Big Cakes. Well, maybe I linked the wrong one.
Yeah, I think this was I actually do think it was put out by them.
Then I probably linked the wrong one. Oh well.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you find it, just send it to me, and I'll just make sure it's in this one.
Yeah.
That's funny because I did do. Yeah, I did. Oh well.
I'll
Okay.
find it because
Yeah.
I do have, I do have it.
Yeah, you just send it to me, and I'll make sure the link. I think the last one, I think I linked the wrong pattern. So it's a nice pattern, though.
Yeah. And this is actually a great pattern too, because it's fast and homespun would be considered, I think, a bulky. It's a number 5 yarn. So it's bigger than a worsted.
Yeah, and it goes pretty quick.
Yeah. It goes really
Obviously,
quick.
I think you've been working on it for less than 3 weeks. So
Yeah. Well, and what I had done, I haven't touched it until the other day to put the border on. So I didn't touch it. I tried to crochet a skein a day. So that was really like 5 days worth because I
oh
used 5 skeins.
wow. Oh wow, that is fast. Well, I love a crocheted Afghan. I don't knit
Yeah.
Afghans anymore. I only crochet them.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
much time if you knit them.
Yeah.
Well, except for I do really like my this thing, whatever. Now I can't think of it. Helen Stewart, right?
Oh gosh, the name is just slipping my brain right
Habitation.
now.
The habitation throw. And
That's right.
look what I have to fix.
Oh, a seam came out.
It pulled.
Oh gosh, it pulled. Oh wow.
It
Yeah.
caught on something.
That's pretty
Well,
long too.
yeah, all the stitches for about
Yeah.
4 inches are real tight in there. So I have to go in there and loosen them up.
Yeah,
But yes,
that's a difficult
I
throw.
do like this habitation throw. And that was knitting. So
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
it is a lot of work, but it's not near as big as an Afghan that I would crochet, just crochet does go fast. And there's a lot of pretty patterns out there.
And Afghans are always much larger than a throw, right? So
Yeah, Afghans would be larger. I would consider this at this point a throw because I don't consider it an Afghan. I consider it a throw still.
the habitat or the peephole?
Both.
Oh, both. Because I'm like 5 feet. I have to be careful of my arms because my bat wings.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure they're really tight. Yeah, when you say it's like that wide, when you reach out, I'm like, that's a throw barely covers me.
Yeah, and the habitation throw, mine, it stretch because it's garter stitch. This really stretches, right? I mean, garter stitch really stretches. And so it is as wide as my arms too, but her pattern called for, it was made for the Advent minis. And so her pattern called for the 24 10-gram minis, but my minis were 20 grams and there's 24 in there. So it's much bigger. So I kept, I just went until I had half the minis used, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I really do like it. I
I
love it.
love it. So you can make two of them. Boy, that gray and yellow next to one another. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's some pretty colors in here. I really like it.
Yeah,
So
those
I
are
did
beautiful.
I did an Advent last year because I really wanted to, and I had never really done that. And
I've never bought one, and I've never
Yeah.
made one. So
I did it from, her name is Ellie, and it's Craft House Magic, and that's the majority of this yarn. Even that pull is hers.
Oh,
And there
wow.
are just two skeins that I used others, and that was this one here was Leading Men Fiber Arts. This one here, it just went gold. It went well with the gold in this
Yeah.
greeny
Yeah.
gold color. And I used one more of theirs. I think it was this dark gray in here. I don't remember the colors, but those two.
Those
So
are beautiful. Are you buying an Advent this year?
I just love it. It's so squishy.
Yeah, I've never bought an Advent. I don't know. I don't know, and I keep debating should I put one up and sell it in the shop, but it's a lot of work. A lot of
Lot of
work.
work. And they're expensive.
And
They are.
shipping is going to be very expensive on those as well. So
Yeah, they are expensive. But
yeah.
it was fun. And this one, she is out of England. She lives in England.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, that's
So,
nice.
and she has a podcast also. And I think last year, before all of this craziness came about, for some reason, it seems like their yarn is less expensive than the yarn that we get in our country. And the shipping, she included shipping. So
Oh, that's nice.
they're expensive and rightfully so. There's a lot of work that goes into
A lot of
making
work.
them.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was too bad. And I just really wanted to have something like that. I
You
just
have
wanted
to
to
treat
do it.
yourself once in a while. You really do. And I was so tempted with the spin cycle yarn. I'm like, I should really just treat myself. But then when I
Yeah.
did the math, I'm like, I just can't. I mean, I have so much yarn. Like I want to get to a place where I don't have that much yarn, and I say, you know what? That's my spend for the year. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Where I don't mind so much spending that kind of money if I just didn't have so much yarn upstairs. I have so much
I
yarn.
know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. I agree. I
That's
agree.
my
And
goal.
and there isn't anything wrong with once in a while just,
A
getting
splurge.
something
I
that you
agree.
really, yeah, you
You
know.
you have to do that every once in a while. And one of these years, I'll do an Advent. Like I'll buy one for myself. I mean, I did an Advent with Katrina, our friend Katrina, last year, and I will say that was a lot of fun. We just did our leftover yarns. We did 10-gram minis and sent it to one another, and it was a lot of fun every day, opening up a little little yarn and seeing what's in there. So that is really nice. But I want to do one where you buy it and you make something along the way. Right. So, and I actually made a cowl last year. Every day I would just add to the cowl. So, yeah. One
And
of these years.
and that's what the habitation throw was. I mean, it was made to use, but every year, some designers put out things to make with Advents because they are very popular. And
Yeah.
it's just sort of fun to have a little something to, open up each day
Every day. Yeah.
and to work on too, because I think we can get caught up in so much to do before Christmas that you forget what the real meaning of Christmas is,
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I agree.
So,
I completely agree.
it's nice to just sit and relax and think about things,
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, what was it? 2 years ago, I did that whole little Advent to myself where I couldn't spend more than, what was it? Not, I don't even think it was $10 a day. Like I wasn't allowed to spend more than I think $5 a day. And it was so much fun. I mean, I would go to Joann's and buy myself a little something, or Michael's and buy myself a little something. I'd buy a pattern. I mean, it really was a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I think I spent under $40, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, that was kind of nice because I wasn't overwhelmed with the cost. I wasn't overwhelmed having to keep up with a pattern. And I got to, I don't know, I didn't get lost and get caught up in the whole, what Christmas really isn't about. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought that was really nice.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think it's a fun idea. I mean, if you had a knitting group, to just do your own exchange,
Yeah.
just do your own exchange. I'm sure you and I could do 24 20-gram skeins
Oh,
because I'm sure we both have enough leftovers,
yes, we could. And I'm willing to do that if you wanted to do that.
And it's fun because you never know what you're gonna, you don't know what it's gonna look like.
Yeah. Yeah. With Katrina, I think the last one I had a bunch of, I made those hat planks one year.
Yeah.
And I had made like 4 or 5 hats out of them, and I had the leftover. I only used like a half a skein, so a half of a hat plank. So I just sent them all to her, and for the last day, and she liked that. She said that was a lot of fun. So I know it wasn't like fingering weight yarn, but it was DK weight. But yeah, it was fun. And she sent me a full skein of yarn too the last day, so it was fun. So yeah, we could do that if you wanted to do that.
Because, that's another way to de-stash your yarn.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true, especially the small bits. Like, I'll throw small bits away, but when I have 10 grams,
oh, yeah, it's hard to do. It's
it's kind of hard to get rid of it, So, and I have a lot of 10 little grams. Well, after last year, I got rid of a lot with Katrina, but I still have a bunch up there, so.
Yeah. Well, maybe someone will come up with a really great pattern for us to do this year too,
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Even if it's, I don't even care what it is. If you're just using the yarn just to go along and not something so overwhelming,
Right.
That would be nice. Yeah. Yeah. If anybody knows a pattern or anything, let us know, but
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's about it. I mean, really, that's it for me. I don't have anything else to share. I don't have any other makes or anything.
Yep, me either. I don't have any plans right now. Yeah, that's it. I had a couple little notions I wanted to share with everybody because I just want to throw in, because one thing I do like to buy is notions, especially if they're inexpensive, right? So this past year I bought this. I treated myself. This was I want to say it was in February I bought this. And I've wanted one of these for quite a while. It's the rulers. So it's the wrist ruler. And I actually wrote it down. So it is it's the wrist ruler. You could buy this exact same one. I bought this from I Love Handles. Yep, I Love Handles. And they sell on Amazon now with free shipping, $20.
Oh, wow.
So again, I know it's only July, but if you're putting lists together as gifts for your knitting friends or something, I absolutely love this. And you and I were talking about this, and this is the best thing to travel with. They come in so many different colors. I will say the only thing I had to do is I really had to play with this. I sat for probably a couple of weeks. And just because this was so tight, I just had to open and close, open and close, open and close, open and close. So now it's really easy to do, but yeah, and it comes in so many different colors. Yeah, but I love it. Knitting socks, you got to have one. Yeah. And then my other favorite thing, which I still think you need to make these and sell these, Sharon. I don't go anywhere without my Notions pouch, but in here. So I wouldn't call this a Notion, but it's one of my favorites, is my Notion case. Oh my God, I love this thing. Okay. So this is something that I sell in the Etsy shop. And I just love this thing. So there's 6 different compartments, a big one. And there's 3 little ones here and 2 here. I didn't have it closed all the way, so all my stuff fell out. All right, yeah, so that's it. And then I make a little sticker and I put a little yarn ball on it. Yeah, I love it. I don't go anywhere without it. And now I have like needles and pins and oh my gosh. Again, it's one of those days. It's just one of those days. So yeah, I was playing with it before and it just was stayed open for some reason. Yeah, so that's it. So that's again, I sell them on the Etsy shop. They're very inexpensive. It's not an item I really make money on. It's just there because I fell in love with it, so I started carrying them. So yeah. Sorry, I should wait and do this afterwards, right? I just don't want to step on a pin. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, sorry.
It's like you know, you think your wallet is closed all the way, and then all of a sudden you pull it out, and all your change goes flying or something because.
Like, why is everything falling out of here? What's going on here? Yeah, it didn't, because they actually they snap closed, right?
Yeah, they snap very firmly closed. They're they're closed.
You have to close them. Yeah. You have to snap them, but
They're closed.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's 2 of my favorite notions. So I'm going to try to share notions every once in a while, just to, but yeah, love this thing. $20 because they were expensive for a while there.
Yeah, they were. Well, hand tools, leather.
Yes, they are leather. So if, you're vegan or, any of that, and they may have faux leather, but this one is leather. So yeah.
That'll last a good long time.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's always handy.
Always handy. Right on my hand.
Yeah. And sometimes, hey, when you're knitting, you have to measure. You just need to have something to measure with.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's very well. It's like, okay, so knit pattern for 2 inches. It's like crap, I didn't bring a ruler, right? I don't have my little stretchy thing. And I may not, sometimes I don't always bring my pouch. I just bring my little thing here, which does not fit my ruler, my extender ruler. So I just throw this on and go. I hurt my finger again. Man, that sucker hurts.
Yeah, you're going to have to deal with that later too.
You said I should like.
Yeah, I usually do.
Pin?
Because if it,
Should I make it real big so everybody can see it? Ow. I'm such a baby. Yeah. One of those days.
Yeah. Well, when it starts off good like that, you can only hope for it to get better.
That's it. And you know what? Turn around and look at something like that and you get a smile on your face.
There you go.
There
you go. Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to really share today.
Me either. That's it for today.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully what?
I was going to say, hopefully it's enjoyable still the rest of the day.
I hope so too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Anyone who continues to come back, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification, the little bell. You'll get notifications when we have new episodes coming up. It seems to be every other week now, right? We're doing episodes every other week. Maybe we should have skipped this week. Yeah,
the way it started, we probably could have.
But seeing the quilts is just beautiful. I've enjoyed that. So that's it. Anything we mentioned, I try to put the down bar right there. So check that out. And if I forget anything, let me know. Shoot me a message and I'll look it up and make sure I put it down there. Sometimes I forget. So, but that's it. That's it for us for today, right?
Yep.
So we shared some knitting, not a lot, but a little bit, and a whole lot of quilting. So, and some crochet. So that's good.
Yep. We'll see what happens next time.
That's right. You never know. And I'll do my best to clear up that. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Hope everybody's having a very good day. Much better than us, right?
Yeah. Stay healthy, stay cool.
Stay healthy, stay safe, and and stay
Stay
cool.
cool because it is hot. I think it's hot all over the country.
Yeah, dog days of summer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wake up, Bitsy! Bitsy! God, I need sleep. I need sleep tonight. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.